Okay, well, hello again, friends. Hopefully this is working. I had hoped to stream a little earlier, but flight planning delays, trying to get it as realistic as possible, meant that I'm a little bit late. So it is 1900 Zulu, just after, and I've given ourselves an hour of setup time, just so it's not too much of a rush. And here we are back at the FBO.
Welcome to Hot Start
Back at
Flight
CAN.
Support. How can we help you today?
And I've got pretty poor frame rates, if I'm honest. A moment. Hopefully it won't be a disaster, but it does not bode well. We're going to get some fuel. Have the GPU. We won't need anything else. We'll check the wing, and we have 3 crew and 5 packs tonight.
Of course, Captain. I'll get that organized for you right away.
So I don't know if you can see, it's a bit choppy, and come back up to 30. Maybe it's just the night lighting, but the GPU is not really being taxed particularly hard, so it really is difficult to figure out. And right, so I've got some slightly better scenery that is a much better scenery pack, and it's probably these lights in the terminal buildings and things that are issues. Processors have turned up. But this is better than the default that we had, and this is on the gateway. It will come out in the next display version, so happy days. Not sure why our chocks have disappeared, so I'm just going to menu pop those back in. That may give us a bit of steering issues. Okay. Let's try the night vision goggles, so proof that much does it. Are those ice-free wings? Well, it's difficult to tell, but I've got the data ref and I can check they are, so we don't have to worry about any icing. You'd like to think you wouldn't have to lock the door. Good news is displays have saved their position, so that takes a load off. And of course, in reality, oh, I've got HD moon as well. If so, that's better looking. In reality, these floodlights, whilst they may not look the same, would illuminate all of the ramp. So, you have to be about doing all of this. The spill lighting would be much better in reality. So, might as well do. Peter, you can see the nose wheel isn't straight. Thankfully, it's taking us away terminal. And what I will do is, you can see how difficult these are to see at night. I'm going to say we've checked the wings. Hopefully the stream's working. I'm going to check that in a moment. Duck under. Got the nose gear pin to do. Of course, in reality, you can do the torch. So I bet everyone uses phones, don't they? So, flight compartment checklist. I haven't signed into VATSIM yet, so still on the Amsterdam server. Let me just change the UK and see if that's working. No, there's been. Seem okay. Start the flight on Atlanta. A flight plan. Brief Barcelona. 3 days, that's running. So, circuit breakers. Good look around at these. And these. My one's feet. And over here too. And look, I mean, you'll know when they're popped out. Designed to be noticeable. Double check the main battery connections because those are not mod. Overhead switches. Again, this is the difficult. Ground power available. Everything else looks okay, but like I say, it is difficult to tell. So that's checked. Nose steering is off. Matches. Landing gear lever matches. That's just me checking my hardware. Flight spoiler rates and is retracted. Down here, landing gear manual is in, as is the ADG. The lamp check, which is that way, comes on. Logbook, safety equipment, external, not from nose gear pin. So with that in mind, we can pop the battery master on. Got one display and some dings. Battery volts, let's have a look. DC panel, 25 volts, we need 22. And I'm going to pop the nav lights on. I'm going to switch to AC power, and then I'm going to take, because the APU generator would also be on external power by that point, so take that on now. Pop the logo on, click that, and they will come on with the ACD utility. And should take these off. Can't quite see. Have I got the flood lighting off? Possibly. No flood lights on. That is just the side flood, which especially help. Look, the CB panels on. Those are illuminated. Cancel that. I still need to map that. Why don't we just go through others? So, Firex is starting up. Check 1, 1, 2 left and right greens. APU bottle. Okay. Detect a warning.
Jet pipe overheat.
Go 3 red.
Jet pipe overheat. Jet
Red.
pipe overheat.
On the CAS. Check the fail. 5 amber. CPU start available, no. So we've got the GPU, APU gens not needed on the electrics. We have everything running. It's 1 plus 2, all green. Essential bus, external. DC, the batteries. Sharp. Nav lights are on. Lights set. Well, we are just waiting for that. Checked. Like I say, I don't think the opposite's being done. Okay. Duct monitor up here we can test.
Bleed air duct.
1 audio, 4 red.
Bleed air duct. Bleed air duct.
Okay. Okay. It's okay. And for some reason, can't do this on the channel. Oh, there it is. So I've got a chat. If anybody is watching, say hi. So now we start getting index. Not this process now. Check. Data is correct. 24th is the 16th. So why don't I get through checks while we think about it?
Flight compartment checklist. Nav lights, logo light.
They're on.
Cockpit lights.
They checked.
Lamp test.
Checked.
Duct monitor. FMS database status.
Checked it.
FMS flight plan uplink. ATIS.
Are doing that.
Anti-skid.
Down here. Checked.
Nose door.
Okay, so nose is clear. Check. Maybe stick her head out the door. Seems pretty good. Effort into it. Shame we didn't have it on arrival. I should have. So
Hydraulic 3A pump.
a yeah, can come on. And we've got pressure, etc.
Brake pressure.
1000 psi.
Parking brake.
Brakes. Switch. Brake on.
Nose door.
So this is where I think. Open it up. So we got in here. We just don't have the. I would have thought that would have been. Oh, could be. Oh, there's the. Now's the guy who's going to turn up. So what do we need and what have we got? We've got 1150, 80. I do have my 15-minute extra, just in case, even though it's not too busy.
All right, Captain. Fuel truck is hooked up. Just let me know how much fuel you need. Or would you like to go tanks
We need
full today?
930 kilos, divided by 0.3 is 1130. Go 1160.
All right, I'm gonna go start up the pump.
So he go pick the panel here, which is the on app test. Both open. They only open. A lot of test works. Continue. So I just want to see those tick over. Good. So we are receiving. So nose door is closed.
Hydraulic panel and pumps.
And I know you guys can't quite see this. What I really want is for you to not see it at all. So like I said, I made. So we turn. Great. Agree. So. Stays green.
Electric panel.
Gen 1 gen off.
AC DC utility switch.
Added a bit. Switch those to dim. Down a bit. Dome though, is it? Helps. DC on,
Start ignition panel.
off and clear.
Fuel panel.
So E off. These on. Auto. Off. Chin. Go.
APU LCV.
Is going to remain.
Refueling is complete, Captain. Do you need anything else?
Got 2050, we wanted 2080. Should still be increasing.
Okay, just one quick signature on here, and I'll be on my way. Here's a copy for your records. Have a nice day.
10th stage isolation valve.
That closed.
Packs.
They're going to remain off for the time being.
Air conditioning panel.
So, normal ram air guarded. Into the cabin.
Pressurization panel.
Pips in the, not pip, the controllers in the middle. Way round. Manual enunciated. Illuminates. Pressures set. Destination elevation. Charts. Ishi, hi buddy. Mr. A, hello. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat. It's on an iPad Mini right at the end of my desk. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. Apologising. Airport elevation is 1 month. That'll do. And 3015 tonight, which is something like that. Rate pip is set. The pip is in selector there. I certainly haven't touched it, so I shouldn't have moved.
Bleed air panel.
So the top tool will be off, and then one will check later. Those will be eliminated.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel switch.
They are out.
Cal anti-ice switches.
So we push these in. No caution. It's really difficult to see whether or not.
Anti-ice panel.
So it's currently off, left and right. Switch lights, I've just pushed them out. Test. Get windshield heat okay for means. Again, it's quite a cancel. That's different. We go to detect. Now we get ice caution. Overheat. Go.
Wing overheat.
Yes, one red
Wing
caution
overheat.
and anti-ice test. Okay.
Emergency lights.
So there's currently tell a lie, there was a caution. This emergency lights off. Caution.
Passenger signs.
We finished fueling, so I'm going to put those on.
ELT.
Armed.
Glare shield panel.
Glare shield. Set there, is there?
Crew and passenger oxygen.
So I'm just going to check the pressure, which is 70.
DCU warning panel.
Is over here. Oh, I was using arrow keys. They're both out, guarded.
CVR.
Hold. Light comes on.
Audio panels.
Set those. So far. On one, receiving on. From 128. Anyone on VATSIM to talk to, certainly not for clearance. Yeah.
SPS system.
This is the one that we struggle to do. So both protection switches are on because I haven't touched them. And stab trim 1. stop. And the trim is winding its way down. Lap trim disconnect. And so we're going to do that. Stall fail, ignition AB. Stick shakers. Yes. Stall. It's difficult to check that over here at the same time. With then AP disconnect. So test there is. Yes. And I can't do the G test, so I don't know how you can both of those at the same time. John, hello. Am I using Xpilot? Yeah, I am. Is that what might be called the frame rate issues? It's sort of recovered now that we're outside, so I can be in the FBO. So, stall check's done.
Integrated standby instrument.
So, what we do is set the local QNH, and you don't need to So the airport elevation is 14. You don't need to know an ATIS or anything. Set the elevation here. That's about, isn't it, 106. Same on this side. That'll do. 30, bang on the other one, and you've done it. So that is legit, especially more accurate when you're
Clock.
if my time is set and time is correct. I think all my watch is out. 25:03. Yeah, close enough.
EFS ICAS.
Checked.
Main landing gear bay overheat.
Let's flight the day, and that's down here. No, it isn't. Over here.
Viewer bay overheat.
Red.
Viewer bay overheat.
Fail works.
TOS warning switches.
They're all guarded and out. Test tours. There it is. Testing away.
Glide slope. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
So, didn't leave the radars on. Yet they both are. Status bug or what? Anyway, tour's done.
Pitch and roll disconnects.
Are both in.
Ground spoilers.
So
Thrust reversers.
ground spoilers, auto thrust reserve, thrust reversers, out, armed, and greens.
Thrust levers.
Full and 3, 2.
Engine speed switches.
Down here, both on.
Engine vibration check.
So there's the VIB. There it is. Goes amber. Goes to 3. Stops. Vibration enunciated.
Oral warning. Smoke detector.
Smoke.
You reds.
Smoke.
Go.
Trims, mock trim.
So, tab 1 Mac to inop. Copilot. I can't do, but stab trim, Mac trim. 2, 1. 1 inop. Disconnect. 1. The options. Set for takeoff. Once that's set up, Xpilot should just work, mate. Or there is a Discord where there are common things, and the dev is on there as well. So 6. Let's try about 5.
Yacht ampers.
So
Reversionary inhibit switches.
out guarded
IRS.
and come RS. So if we go here, that one RS. There we go. Aligned. Expected drift. Roughly where we are. Diagram. Not wrong. 4332. Yeah, close enough. There, west. 57. Yeah, sorry, east 6.
CPDLC.
CPDLC we can't do.
TCAS.
Yes.
TCAS system test OK.
ATIS and clearance.
Okay, so I'm actually going to get those in just a moment. This tower is fine, but I don't think anything covering us. So let's actually set up. So we did, wasn't that? Did do that. Go on that page and see how we go on. Flight plan loaded. Excellent. Go. Save that. Barcelona is our. And what is our. Like I said, it goes a little bit around the houses. TURIL. I believe 7. And then up at 855, or we're sending that to KANIG. That gets us, I think, about 10 or 15 miles out. Correct. So, it's weather searching. So we LFMD. LFMD. Nibble. So, like I say, nobody to get clear of. There are segments. I don't know how to I suppose we could do FIRs, couldn't we? But oh, okay, so CSLs in Xpilot, you actually have to load up Xplane, come into Xpilot over here, and then set them up using the settings here. a while to get our weather. So I've forgotten where we can go. 17 is the preferred runway, so we're going to go taxiing back end. So 1900 Zulu. Automatic report 360 or not. Have a bit of a tailwind. 310. There would 0. Have OK. And that is pretty much what you'd expect by the coast. The sea has warmed up during the day, and now hotter, which is creating a bit of a low pressure and roaring wind towards it. So onshore and offshore breezes. Bit of met knowledge there. All free. No fee required. 851016, we figured that out, didn't we? No significant change, and you got the TAF there as well. Now if we go back and have a look at MD, you'll see resting 30 degrees off, so that's going to be half. So the crosswind component is going to be, because it's runway 33, it's going to be N gusting half of 5, getting a bit better. I think that's within for the airplane. So half of that would be 15, 17 and a half. So you can call it 17, call it 18, gust as well. So the clouds are okay, so it's just the wind to worry about on arrival. And that's just MD Army working that out very quickly. And you can do it whatever method you're comfortable with. Incredibly quick, and I have navigated across many miles of home country using chart, stopwatch, standby compass, MDR. It works. Maybe I'll do a video. So, flight plan. This we've done. So we know 17 is the preferred run here, and we know that we're going middle. And there is only one departure for that, which is that one. So let me check the chart. What to do? Gosh, it's a bit of a mess. The initial climb clearance is 2. Set that. We are going to 7 climb 155 track. Starts. These 155 for the runway heading. What am I talking about? It's 1770. This livery is, yes, just on the forums. It's called Blue Max or something. I think I quite liked it. It's not perfect. It needs a bit of everything on the. So departure straight ahead. Left turn almost immediately. This chart is absolute. And we're going to go to Lubbock Central A at roll up turn left. Intercept can 129 radial to DIMAD or DIMAD climbing to 2000. Expect vectoring. OMAD, STP, the Saint-Tropez, and I guess that's a bit of noise. So that is going to give us a discontinuous vector. There's the vector. So what I'm going to do is just go like that, clear it up, go direct. So VNAV setup, it's 5,000. Do our standard climb at 107.8. Cruise out today is 390. And we're going to need 2. Clear that up in a minute. I clearly haven't done that, and I'm not going to make that mistake. Fine. The transition for arrival is 5000 and by ATC it's 1021, give or take. That puts us firmly in my little 60 camp. And again, we're going to do decimal 78300. Although I like how it changes over, so at 3 degrees we could probably go steeper, to be honest. Comfortable. In it now, this is where it's quite important. So the first thing I'm going to do in this column is that out. 2090. We wanted 2080, so that's pretty good, isn't it? And what have we got? 13090. 0 fuel weight. Alternate cruise is flight level 200, so it's not always 0. Good. Really aeroplane. Yes. Done that. And in a moment. Now reserve wise, our final reserve is 407, so I'm actually happy to, let's call it 450. And our estimated time. 8 dot. That then populates our ETAs. See, very short flight. Arrival. I'm going to check the no times and double check this. KANIG Chapter. And it's going to be runway 33. Now there's another DME arc on the LS for this runway. Don't know if the temp is in use. I'm going to assume that it looks like it's based on a change in VOR frequency, and I don't know if that will be modelled in the nav data because it's so we'll assume it isn't. And it takes us to a waypoint called Lanet and then the DME arc. Remember that went wrong last time. So ILS Zulu is try from Lanet. That should get us to Lanet. I'm gonna exit. Check. Lanet, hold at Lanet. Interesting. We'll leave the hold in and we can take it out once we know what the traffic situation is going to be like. Legs. There's no speed limit. There's no speed restrictions on the departure. It's about that. Takes us back. So that. So I'm going to start the APU up yet. Do need to at some point. So ATIS I've got, clearance I don't.
FMS flight plan, wind update, perf.
That's what I've. So menu, flight plan, wind update. So we need full DME, so 5 on 1. Now do I want in dBs, no, 6.5. And then we'll just do the RMP to get back here if we need to. I guess the radio coverage here is relevant. Another thing that's modelled is DME hold, which is useful. So if you have, for instance, so most ILS DMEs are co-located, they're the same frequency. Some procedures you need localizer on one, and you need to have got the DME off another station. You put it in, you put the DME hold on, switch to a localizer for DME on other station, which is quite a handy thing to have, and it's good that it's modelled. In other things, it isn't. There we go. So winds updated. Check them.
Takeoff data.
So that's a good one, isn't it? Let's have a look. There are intersections, but it's takeoff. Interesting. So runway 17 is using length. Takeoff. Did. So we're not going to do a D rate. We know that there is 1.5. Go right to the very end. So outside air temperature, I think 3 is, which is what I've got. Right now. Take off. It's runway 17 and 3604, which I think is the lowest you'd get reported. Anything less than 4 is wind calm. Effectively negligible, but like you can see, it's just well, it's rounded up. 540, no slope. 714, negligible, 7 foot over the length. 1016, dry. APMs on, and you can see that we've got ample margin. The only thing we have to worry about is stop margin, one which you need a calculator for. We don't have, so we can't do. Are we going to have any evidence of? No. And I think the procedures on this airplane is quite overpowered. The older ones weren't. That's why you have the APU on for departure to provide bleed air, etc. Probably isn't strictly necessary on this one, but you do obviously still get some additional performance. Although you probably get more than you need. At the back, all over the place. We are interesting. Going to be heading out over the sea, so no obstacles to worry about. And you can see the takeoff limit. I think limit about 15 and a bit tons, so just to play with. I think 95. Start offloading fuel or cargo. I think it would be fuel with a fuel stop somewhere when you're paying customers. Bring as much baggage as they like. So legs on there, V-speeds are done, winds are done.
Avionics and charts.
Okay, so let me just rows, present position.
Flight instruments.
So do this. Toga.
Hello, Captain. It's Jenny from Hot Start Flight Support.
Hello, Jenny.
Your passengers have arrived.
Good.
Shall I have them brought to the plane?
No, not yet. I'll give you a call in a couple of minutes.
Understood. Just call me when you're ready to receive them. Anything else?
No, thanks.
Always a pleasure.
And it's kind
Take
of actually
care.
good to vocalise that because it will hopefully allow me to. So looking at the PFD, press Toga, we've got ATS is ARM, takeoff, MTO, nav, yeah, why not? Straight away, LNAV armed. And a logical check, so nav sources, instruments, the aeroplane is slightly right wing down. Nav sources, look, we are facing in the right direction. Our departure frequency, etc. set up. FMS1 is source speeds. E1 is 1.3, rotates 1.2 is B, and safety speed is 1.48, flaps up. It's the 1.3. There's no speed restriction. Departure, so we can set 200. Bug 2. What else is there? Left side flight directors, takeoff armed. I'll select 2000, not been cleared, we'll set that on the departure. An extra 100, ain't much different. 1016 set on both. Size obviously 0. ATS thrust rating N1TO is there, and on the other side 89, so 5% N1.
Departure briefing.
We've talked about the departure, which is a bit of a mess, but we will cope. Straight into a climb if there's no one else to speak to.
Emergency procedures. Pins, covers, chocks.
Definitely removed all of those. The chocks are still in and they can come out.
Cabin lights, water heaters, master seat.
They're as set as I can make them.
Flight compartment checklist complete. Engine start checklist next.
So what we need to do is our fuel. Get the APU started. Light on, start the timer. Give it 2 minutes, then we punt us out and we get ready to go. So like I said, no de-icing needed, and there's actually none available when we get to where we're going. So no de-icing, not to worry. So no TAMs for our destination. That ding is APU gen off, which is good. Pop APU gen on. Big external power off. That isn't part of the checklist, but it should be, because certainly the limit here for departure is initial climb 210 max. Yeah, that's fine. Definitely noise abatement, use of APU, 20 minutes maximum, so no mucking about leaving the APU. So, talk about no TAMs, no TAMs. Bit VOR antenna, temporary of the VOR on arrival. Impact on the airway network, SID star. Confirmed by NOTAM, the SUP is available to VOR. Replaces, so 117.2 replaces 6.25. So in reality, that's going to be it. But for us, I don't think it's going to make any difference. Although we can go to a hold and figure it out, can't we? And taxiing is forbidden by night. Why is this in a no? General aviation parking because of no lighting. So looking at the airport parking. North general aviation, we're not going there to go to the commercial apron, so it's no factor. But you can highlight all these things that will affect you. Or you can just Google no TAMs, Lima Foxtrot Mike Papa. Oh, LFMM, that's Marseille, isn't it? 12465. So I need to swap com. Okay, swap the wrong one. But first, let's get the airplane configured. So we've had 2 minutes. APU LCV open, isolation valve open, max on, and cabin should warm up from the chilly 9 degrees that it is at. Ready for the passengers. So now we've got that happening. Get Jenny to rent.
Hot start flight support. Jenny speaking. How can we help? Understood. They'll be there in a couple of minutes. Anything else? Always a pleasure. Take care.
Get the ground power disconnected. So, Nice ATIS, Nice Tower, say centre. I think it's, say control. I don't think we can do CPDZ. I'll say control, bonsoir, prefect 99.
Perfect 99, Marseille, bonsoir.
Prefect 99 is a Challenger 650 on one of the aprons at CAN, QNH 1016. Request departure clearance to Lima Foxtrot Mike Papa.
Perfect 99, you're clear to Lima Foxtrot Mike Papa via the TURIL 9er Kilo departure runway 17. Climb initially 2000 feet, QNH 1016 and squawk is 1000.
Cleared to destination Lima Foxtrot Mike Papa, TURIL 9 Kilo runway 17, initial climb altitude 2000 feet, QNH 1016, squawk 1000, prefect 99.
Perfect. Feedback is correct.
Kid, let's set that then. Really don't know where I am because scenery. So 2000. Where have I got out? That one out. Doesn't help. Everything is labelled incorrectly on all of the bezels and controls, etc. We are good. We're just waiting for the packs to arrive so we can start the doors and get going. Here they come. Then the FO to the door.
Hello, Captain. How are you today?
Good, thanks.
That's great to hear. Well, we're all set back there, so we can get going anytime.
Happy days. So we had 090.
Also radar, Marseille radar, Alpine 76 Tango Delta.
Go ahead.
And do that for a sec.
5 minutes out of cockpit, Alpine 76 Tango Delta.
Approved, report back.
Reporting back, and if you send a CPDLC message, I will respond to this one. Alpine 76 Tango Delta.
That pump's just taking a little bit of time. Yeah, it's starting to move, and I just level it out before we go. So, let's shut the door while we do that. Crouch with X, don't press C. Also prefect 99 Tango apron at request engine start.
Perfect 999, please approved QNH 1016.
Not approved QNH 1016. Prefect. So let's get that off.
Engine start checklist. Doors. Closed. Parking brake and pressure. Checked and set. Fuel quantity and balance.
Just fix that.
Beacon.
So, le beacon.
On. Fuel boost pumps. On. Ignition.
Marseille
Armed.
radar, good
Engine
evening.
2 start.
Charlie Sarah Lima Mike with you at flight level 140. Charlie Sierra Lima, Mike,
So
Mike,
clear to
Monte,
start.
bonsoir,
Stop engine
identify
2.
to flight level 29 0.
2's turning, oil pressure's increasing.
Level 290, Charlie Sierra Lima, Mike.
20% less than 120, N1's turning, fuel on. Flow increases. TT's increasing. Pressure is increasing.
Fuel system.
So it isn't quite stable. We're at 2462. Both off. Left and right cautions. Checked. Wait for the left low pressure. Checked. It's on. It's out.
Engine 1 start.
Thumbs up. So start 1. Go, N2 is turning. Oil pressure is increasing. 20%. ITT's 20. On. It is increasing. As is oil pressure. It's turning. 55, and it should go
Engine
off.
start checklist complete. After start checklist, next. After start checklist. Generator 1 and 2.
So, available on.
On. Checked AC and DC.
Checked.
Ignition.
Why do I always miss the second one? So that's ignition.
Disarmed. Packs. On. 14th stage.
Don't forget to do these, otherwise your reversers won't work.
Cowl anti-ice.
Count anti-ice. Probably easy to do this.
On. Check 45 seconds. Flight controls.
It's the synoptic here. Full forward, full aft, full left, full right, full left rudder, right rudder.
Ground spoilers.
So ground spoilers. It's probably easier to do it this way, isn't it? It's in auto. We go to disarm, and there's no deployment. Then we go to arm. Spoilers deploy. Auto. They retract.
Flight spoilers.
Flight spoilers, we go to full, deploy, half, ground's full, flight's half, stowed, stowed.
Cowl anti-ice.
Caution is on.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
Charlie Mark, Mike, contact Eurocontrol West on
Test on.
135.
Fuel balance.
Good evening.
There is no fuel imbalance.
Trims.
Going to
Checked, set.
135 decimal 35.
No steel.
Charlie Sierra Lima, Mike. Bye bye.
So I think that was nose steer.
Armed. APR.
It's down here, isn't it? So test 1.
Radar,
No, that was the vibration check. It's that one.
Conducting.
1 OK. 2 OK.
ADG unit.
That's down here, and we go down. The light should go out this time, it does.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
It's not 2 minutes yet. I am keeping an eye on chat badly, but I have got it displayed. I can just about make it. So we're just to illuminate. There you go. Full 2 minutes.
Cowl anti-ice.
Off they
Off.
go.
Wing anti-ice. Norm. 14th stage isolation valve.
In, out, out, off.
Wing anti-ice.
So, advisory message, yes. Left heat illuminated, yes. Yellow it and yes.
Checked. Off. ATS. N1 TO. ATC TCAS.
We should have put that on before, shouldn't we?
TARA. After start checklist complete. Taxi checklist next.
So we're going to be a little bit late out. The aerodrome chart. I'll say control prefect 99 Tango April at CAN, request taxi.
Perfect, 999 taxi holding point runway 17 via whiskey.
Holding point runway 17 via whiskey. Say 99, thank you.
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
Not required.
Brakes and steering.
Okay, so we've checked. There's no see-off check on here. But brake off. Ooh. There you go, so that works, and we can check the brakes, they work. So, we're just going to ski all the way down to the end, this way.
Reverse thrust.
Check those once we're in a straight line. Somebody's put some effort into this scene. It's certainly much better than before. So I think I've got these mapped to a spring-loaded switch individually and also collectively.
Perfect, 999 contact Nice approach on 134.475 in a bit.
Nice approach 13447. Thank you very much. Speak to you again soon. Briefing 99. So let's do that 13447. Nice approach bonsoir. Prefect 99. Taxiing whiskey hold runway 17 at CAN.
Last station calling. Please again your call sign.
Victor Golf Lima, Prefect, sir.
Perfect, 999 Nice approach, bonsoir. Continue taxi, I'll call you back shortly.
Continue taxi, we'll go Prefect 99. Versus checked. Cleared.
If taxiing the de-ice, pause checklist here until a paper de-ice checklist is complete. Flaps. 20. Altimeters. Set and cross-check. Radar weather.
He does actually check
On.
them.
Takeoff briefing.
So I've got terrain set ahead, and I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't think you can, but quite a bit of terrain ahead, as we saw on the way in, which was fun, if pretty spectacularly poorly flown. It wasn't a bad stab, it was a little bit unstable. It wasn't the best, but it is difficult to get those visual cues, and of course you don't get to see the pants feel you do in a real aeroplane to know that you are sinking. So slight tailwind. Don't need the whole runway, but we'll come down here and take.
And Prefect 999, thank you for your patience. Wind 010 degrees for us, runway 17, clear for takeoff.
Runway 17, clear takeoff, Prefect 99. So,
Taxi checklist complete. Before takeoff checklist next. Before takeoff checklist. Passenger signs. Advised on. Anti-collision light. On. Pros. On. Windshield heat. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice. Continuous ignition. On. ATC TCAS. TARA. Supplemental ground wing anti-ice piano. Checked. CAS. Takeoff config OK.
checked.
Landing, pulse, recog lights. On. Before takeoff checklist complete.
So
Takeoff
it
checklist
is,
next.
I don't know what time left, but it's 8:08. So we are early, and we've got, still got 2010 and nothing in the centre. I don't know. So, let's go. Where are we going? Perpignan. Called something else though. size reading, 60, 80, on hold, V1, just rotate, to the flight director, a little bit twitchy, positive rate, he doesn't call gear up, and we're above flap limiting speed, so smooth things out. And whilst we turn, flaps can come up. There we go, we've captured.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Flaps. 0. Thrust reversers.
Affected 909er, climb flight level
Ignition.
140 and direct Saint-Tropez.
Pressurization.
Climb flight level 140,
Tax
direct
transition.
Saint-Tropez. Thank you. So let's get the climb on first.
Completed. N1. Climb set. APU generator. Off.
Keep the speed
APU
back for that.
Shut down. Passenger signs.
That's actually got better and quicker.
CAS.
Checked and
After
cleared.
takeoff checklist complete.
Been given a flight level. Set that there as well. And then once we're on course, I will speed us up. Saint-Tropez. Days. Let's just make sure is on course. And I can switch nav 1 over to Saint-Tropez now as well. Yeah, that seems to be a comfortable 7.5. Might be a bit of a stretch. And then a little bit bouncy. Keep an eye on the climb thrust limit. Once we start to get closer to that, you can go to flight level change. So vertical speed, no VNAV guidance because there's no restrictions, so you don't need it.
Affected 909er, contact Marseille Control 124.650. Have a nice flight, bye-bye.
Marseille Control 124.65. Thank you for the service, sir. Also, good night. Marseille Control, hello, going Prefect 99, passing flight level 100, climbing flight level 140, direct south.
Perfect 999 Marseille, I can identify climb to flight level 390.
Climb flight level 390, Prefect.
Marseille Control, Air France 17 Delta, you keep with
it still is quicker to do that.
Marseille, bonsoir, climb flight 7, correction, flight level 270 and you're cleared at 7 Romeo.
You see, we've still got lots of excess power.
We climb flight level 270 and we are clear until the 7 Romeo arrival and the same.
Frenchman speaking English. At least you do hear a lot of French accents. Go to flight level change at this point because we're at 5 degrees. Level change 300. Climb like a rocket. 3 miles to half miles. Saint-Tropez. I think that's Marseille ahead of us. Saint-Tropez. Could be wrong.
I have a new route for you if you want to shortcut the Barcelona airspace.
That would be very kind, Prefect 9.
Roger, you are cleared direct Subil Sierra Uniform Bravo India Lima.
Direct Subil, Prefect 99. So, I don't think.
Perfect, so you are cleared for the Subil arrival. And if you want, you can start climb flight level 250.
Could you say the arrival you were stepped on?
Subil 2 Papa arrival.
Subil 2 Papa, and I'll see how we get on for performance. So, that takes out a lot of this. That's not going to work. So, let's do that and then just take Planet here. So I can always tidy that up, but at least it gets us somewhere near. So that's us turning. Subil 2. Wrong one. That one. So, do we need to go that high? It'll be a 3-minute cruise. That does make it a little bit of a rush. Subil is on the same chart anyway. No, it isn't that much of a problem. It cuts off a long bit of the route. So you can see from the page there. We'd only have a couple of minutes if we do go to the full climb. As well keep going.
bonsoir, you are inside of minor space, you might take a couple of GTX, yeah. What's that Unicorn is my yes.
So the ILS is set. It's 335 on the minimum. .335, so 3.
Transport 3 November Taker, resume all navigation direct to Admir. That's 17 Delta Yankee, proceed direct up. Air Foxtrot Golf, proceed direct to Picos. Golf, you are cleared direct to Picos, Papa, India, Golf, Oscar, Sierra.
Marseille contrôle, Oscar, Oscar, Juliette, Fox, Papa, bonsoir monsieur, niveau 130.
Oscar, Juliette, Fox, Papa, Marseille, bonsoir. Prévoyez bien 7 Romeo.
7 Romeo pour l'arrivée, Oscar, Fox, Papa. Marseille, bonsoir, clear to Paris, Miami, Kedam, 4 November, departure runway 33, climb, flight level 70, squawk 5603.
Say prefect 99, we've leveled at flight level 310 here, just to remain cruising 310.
No, that's perfectly already for descent.
Wilco, that will be in about 5 minutes, prefect.
Marseille contrôle, Air France 6715, niveau 170, bonsoir.
France 6715, Marseille, bonjour, niveau 340 direct de l'Obni.
Niveau 340 direct de l'Obni pour Air France 6715, merci.
Marseille Centre, Air France 185, bonsoir, niveau 140.
So we've significantly shortened our routes. Let's just get rid of any discontinuity. Speeds 220, 185, it's leg. And we think 1360 on arrival. Let's do some sums.
Roger, it is 280. That's 1700 Marseille, bonsoir. Flight level 190 and you're cleared at 7 upon your arrival.
So all I've done is just start bringing the speed back, ready for the descent.
7 on your right. Sur les 4 passage action pour le roulage. Sur les 4 alpha, roulez pas attendre piste non partant dans les alpha rapides au départ. Piste pour l'attente piste non partant dans les alpha en fait au départ sur les 4 alpha.
When ready, descent flight level 150, prefect 99. So we can ready now. So at 8 Zulu, automatic 290, 20 gust 34. Okay, 16 nice and warm. 8021.
Descent checklist. Shoulder harness. Passenger signs.
So it may get bumpy, so I'm going to put them on now.
Pressurization. Fuel quantity and balance. FMS, landing data, charts.
Okay, we're going to do that in the descent.
Approach briefing.
We're expecting the ILS for 3-3 as we have.
VNAV transition flight level.
We have done that on the ground, might as well do it.
Descent checklist complete. In range checklist next.
Prefect 99, leaving flight level tree 1. Well, let's Zulu 3-3, prefect 99. That's what we planned for. Pretty stiff wind. It may be a little bumpy. It will be right down. So perf wise, LFMP, we are going to put 290, 20, 16 knot headwind with a gust up to 3-4. That one. 6. A little bit off. The ATS is running away a little bit. Missed the changeover there, but that's fine. Going for the path. Yeah, speed brake just. Settle her down. Whereas if we make that 3-4, what's that? It's 2, 0, 3. Why does that not work? So that's 27 headwind. And 20 neck crosswind. But that's the gust, so we'll try and land in between those. 290. 20. If the crosswind limit is greater than 20, please submit. I'm pretty sure it isn't. Either 24 or 28. It's dry. Good pressure altitude. E3. So, even just standard, you can see that it's 16 and 12. 8 in here. Can I put 8 in there? So, I am going to add 8 knots to that. actually just call it 130. Adding 9, which is sorry, it's a VREF.
43 November Tango, continue descent flight level 140.
It's a valid entry for that then. Because that's not a Delta VREF. That's definitely invalid.
That's 1700, proceed direct to Untitled.
And if we did 8. That's like 24. No, so I can't add any of that, which isn't going to factor in well to the V speeds. So that's landing field length 131. And even with significantly increased speed and allowances, still not available. So, clear that. Do that. Continue descent flight level 80. Why don't I say that we're going to do 135 and see how we go on that way. Let me just wind this down. That one. So I can't even ping in manual VE speeds. That's irritating. Surely you should be able. That's too big. Really not put in a manual ref. It's not 14.6, it's 14. 4, 5. So I think we've got ample room. Because I can't change any of these, puts us in a little bit of a pickle.
Just to be sure you're able to proceed direct. Oscar Fox Papa, je suis capable de faire les directs. Ça t'a reçu directement. Directement, Oscar Fox Papa. Consoler 4 Alpha, on passe 3500 pieds. Consoler 4 Alpha identifié, montée niveau 300.
So 135 is what I'm going to go for.
November Tango, contact east approach 134.475 KV.
Oh no, what am I doing? No, it's definitely 121.
Right, 72 Echo Lima, proceed direct to Nield. Direct to Nield, après 72 Echo Lima. Radio contacté par Eurocontrol 128 décimales 100, passez de soin.
Okay, 111.75 tune. Course is 327 set. 1625 spare.
Alpha Romeo, contacté Paris 128 décimales 100, bonne soirée.
1625 set. Tuned.
485 dès que près, descendez niveau 140.
So the NDB is the glide slope check. It's 351. Available both sides. Not that it matters. I see a swing. It's not a marker, but it's 1466 and 340 set. Speed restriction. There was.
999, continue descent to 3000 feet, QNH 1021.
Continue descent altitude 3000 feet. 021, prefect.
Reference 906, can you say use 10 number, please? Reference number 6, what stand are you in?
We're coming down pretty quick.
Reference 906, roger, push and start, easy through facing 1, correction facing east, QNH 1021.
As you can see, that's a 25-mile range ring. Post pointer ES 11175 ES.
Avec l'approche 134 475, merci, bonsoir.
That's 1700, say speed. That's 1700, roger, reduce speed 260 and 1 ready, descent flight level 140.
Speed brakes back for that speed. Didn't want to have to use, but we will. Definitely no speed limits on the arrival as far as I can see.
In range checklist. APU. Started. Altimeters. Reset, cross-checked. Avionics. External lights. On. N1 target. Set. APU PAX transition.
I've tried with 5 Dishy and it still doesn't work, so
APU generator.
don't know.
In range checklist complete. Before landing checklist next.
So let's see how this intercept goes. 220 is the max speed there. Oh, that must be for the approach. That's why I can't see, so it's not on the chart. Okay, plane's picking it up. Oh, I'm not going to be entering the hold. Okay, in that case. VNAV is off now. See the gusts coming in.
That's not a 6 taxi on point runway 33 via Lima. Report ready for departure. Perfect. No, you cleared ILS approach runway 33. Report established.
Cleared ILS runway 33, Wilco Prefect 99.
That's 1700, contact Nice approach 134 decimal 475. Good evening.
So 3000. It's comfortable, 185 in the turn. Start See, it's already pretty windy. Turbulence mode, shall we? Just to smooth the aeroplane out a bit. But yeah, not having a takeoff performance calculator, so worry me. So PPG, Papa Lima. Switch nav modes in a minute. Oh, I do have to remember how to do that. Forget which button I've assigned. That one. It's not that one. It's that one. There we go.
Cleared for takeoff wind 290 degrees, 20 knots, gusting 34.
Flap 20. We're at out capture.
Requesting away from the cockpit for 5 minutes, request get 251.
Approved, report back. Perfect, 990, it seems like you overshoot a bit. You want Victor's back to the ILS?
Negative, sir. We've just captured, so we'll fly through the call you've established. Briefing 99. In case we do, I appreciate that was a bit of a challenge. The aircraft to capture, glide slope capture, so it will re-intercept by itself. It's still picking up those signals. You see it's bouncing around all over the place. Go. Prefect 99 established ILS 338.
Perfect,
Visual
990,
hunting traffic.
you clear to land, wind 290 degrees, 20 knots, gusting 34.
Clear to land, runway tree, prefect 99.
2500.
So we'll keep it at one stage of flap.
Identified, passing 1000, climb to flight level 180.
180.
So let's get the speed back to 160. Map 30. Stabilizes things a bit. It's going to be interesting. Oh, thanks, Dishy. I keep forgetting to ask. It just seems whatever I put in is not available. Straight ahead, and the mist is only at 2, so let's get that set. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit of a pain. I wanted to add some for the wind and add my own V-speeds, so I suppose in reality you've got to do it on the aeroplane. Anyway, gear down. Speed back to 140. Ooh, look at that, that's fun. I don't think it's wind shear, it's just badly modeled gusts.
Before landing checklist. Landing gear lever. Down indicating. Nose steer. Arm centered clear. Anti-skid.
FOB chucking up.
Hard tested. Passenger signs. On. Wing cowl anti-ice.
Not required.
Continuous ignition. On. Thrust reversers. Armed. Spoilers. Stowed auto. Flaps. Set. Cats.
Contactez l'approche 134 décimale 475, passez une bonne soirée.
Avec l'approche 134
Before
décimale
landing
475,
checklist complete.
merci du contrôle, au
After
revoir,
landing
à
checklist
très
next.
God, we're visual. Literally all over the place, but you can see the change there.
95 Québec Novembre Marseille, bonsoir, montez niveau 190.
In speed. Just got to try and ride that out, which the autopilot's doing a very good job of. Just like in reality when you've got gusts.
500.
Bracket the speed, and that's why I didn't want such a low speed. Felt like it was sinking a bit there.
Approaching minimums.
Bit high. Are we really that high? We've got ample runway.
Minimums.
Happy to continue. Rate of descent. It's all sorted itself out.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, fucking rescued that. Sorry, swearing.
Another Foxtrot Golf contact Milan control 127 decimal 45. Good evening.
Full into it, Dale on. That was uncomfortable, but we had a lot spare there. Ooh, that was hard work. Now we just got to find somewhere to vacate. God, it's almost like flying the Chippy. I've got so much interwind aileron flying on the ground. So I think we can vacate along here. Actually at high speed, but look, I've up again. I've got no ortho on tonight. I don't think I've played too much with this end of the year.
Québec Novembre, on a déposé un plan de vol en niveau inférieur, on serait preneur du...
I think this is Delta. Yes, it is.
95 Québec Novembre aussi, montez niveau 210.
Tiens, niveau 210, Air France Québec Novembre.
On a 60 watt higher cruise level. That's 906, you are done. Correction, you have flight level 180 for cruise. Do you want higher flight level?
Yeah.
After landing checklist. Landing, pulse, recog
Roger,
lights.
climb flight
Off.
level 300.
Anti-collision lights. Off. Continuous ignition.
Perfect 909,
Off.
welcome to
Windshield
Berlin,
heat.
taxi to General Aviation
Off.
via Kilo.
Probes.
General Aviation via Kilo, thanks. It was a
Off.
challenging approach.
Wing anti-ice. Off. Cowl anti-ice.
Soleil 4 Alpha, vous êtes autorisé Pinot 5 Sierra pour l'arrivée.
Hey, what sticks on this apron here?
Pour l'arrivée, France Soleil 4 Alpha. En 77, qui va contacter Paris Contrôle 128 décimal 100, bonne soirée.
Direct l'ERGA, Mac décimal 79.
Français 04 Marseille, bonsoir, identifié.
So, I don't know if we can take this apron. I may just ask to go down in the corner of the commercial.
France 77 15, contactez Paris Contrôle 128 décimal 100, bonne soirée.
Passons sur Paris Contrôle 128 décimal 100. Bonsoir et merci pour le contrôle. La France 6715.
Français 04 pour
So,
Nissan, vous êtes autorisé Nissan.
I think this is the general aviation here. And I don't think that we're going to be able to park there. So, we'll just keep going.
Français 04 direct Nissa, autorisé Nissa 7 Romeo.
It's just in there, can't see a darn thing. So let's tuck ourselves down in the corner of the apron. Marseille Prefect 99. Apologies, the scenery here for general aviation not particularly good. Could we request Papa 8 Bravo?
Perfect 999, Roger, Papa 8 Bravo via Kilo.
Papa 8 Bravo via Kilo, thank you, sir. So I've done, I haven't quite finished all the markings here, and you're probably not going to be able to see.
861 Foxtrot Marseille, bonsoir.
Yeah, what are you saying? Dishy, strange. Yeah, like you say, must be a Collins thing. It's not ideal. So, I think I've done most of these markings. Obviously you can't see them, which is grand. Oh, I had hoped that would have been a little bit better. What was I meant to confirm? Didn't check the CAS. This apron isn't bad. We're just going to tuck over here in this corner. I don't know what those lights. Oh, that's the threshold of the other runway. And they still all need labelling, but I've done quite a bit of work. See, it doesn't help with the lighting. Let's see if I can find one. There you go, here's some signs. As you can see here, as clear as I thought they would be, but max wingspan, those are real signs. So we'll just head over here, ourselves in. This, I think, is the stand we want. I don't know if there's a fence line here in reality. Oh. Ah, okay, that looks like an original bit of stuff that shouldn't be there. I'm not convinced we're right in the corner, but I think it will do. And I'll try and update these markings for the next time I fly, which I'm not quite sure when that's going to be.
Spoilers. Stove. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS. Alt on. Radar mode.
Done that.
Standby. After landing checklist complete. Engine shutdown checklist next. Engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights.
Oh, I've got to do it. I remember.
Off. Parking brake. Set. Reverse thrust. Stowed. Generators 1 and 2. Off. Engine 2 shut down. Fuel boost pumps. Off. Fuel system.
So even though it's only a one sector, you'd still do this to make sure it's functional. Right load pressure checked. Oh no, they can stay off.
Engine 1 shut down. Check ITT below 350 degrees Celsius.
Checked.
Anti-ice. Off. 14th stage. Off. Beacon. Off. No steer. Off. ATC TCAS. Standby 0. Parking brake if chocked.
So we're not going to see anything from that replay due to the darkness. Didn't feel great. Terrible.
KATK251 descend to 4,000 feet.
Passenger signs.
1017 cleared ILS approach runway 23.
Off. Cabin differential. 0 PSI. Engine shutdown checklist complete. Securing checklist next.
Okay, so as always, I forgot to call to get our packs picked up, so we'll have to sit here with fuel.
Hot start flight support. Jenny speaking. How can we help?
Descent 4000, QNH 1017.
Of course, I'll have that over with you in a minute or two. Anything else? Always a pleasure. Take care.
1017 and Paradise J3 Air Course K25.
So Volanta, what did that give us for a touchdown? I thought it was a really smooth touchdown considering I know it was a bit long, but I was confident we had the runway to play with. That overshoot was terrible. We touched down probably just about the last bit of the first third of the runway. 239 feet a minute? I don't think so. I think it was much better than that. I wouldn't, if the wind hadn't been so strong, I wouldn't have touched down at that point on. But of course, having 20 knots down the run means you get away with it a little bit ample to play with. Probably about 2,000 foot down the runway. Could have been worse, could have been better. Probably should have thrown it away. I'd flown it better if I felt it a bit more. So we'll let the packs out in a moment. Do the nose gear and stuff. Oh yeah, the window blinds. So interestingly, last time it was only one side was done. But yeah, real tips when you're picking the punters out. It'd be nice if we had some people models. So let's go ahead and crack the door open. Not our taxi. I was impressed with whoever had made this airport, but looking at the charts, significant changes. They're probably not visible. Yeah, look at that. That was a disaster. But I suppose we were, we were trying to intercept like that. So it was good that the autopilot managed to keep up with it.
Thank you, Captain. Great flight as always. Well, I'll see you next
He's a
time.
liar.
Can you have delay vectors on Mazal heading for...
Oh, that's not bad.
251.
Got pretty much in the corner.
251, Roger left.
This taxiway is closed now. He wanted us to park up here, and I don't think that was going to work. I suppose what we could do, without starting the aeroplane up, is use better pushback to tow it. I'll have a look. Anyway, they're on their way. We are going to secure the aeroplane first. As you can see, you know, the terminal's quite good. It's just the standard kit. Somebody did a really good job of that, and it's just a case of all the markings and things have changed. So I thought, why not do a few edits? Where I would like to go to next is Deauville, and I think I finished doing that. It's been accepted, it hasn't been approved on the gateway, but of course because I've done it and I've exported it available in my sim. So that's that done. But you can see them blowing in the wind. Sorry if the APU is loud, just like in real life. But yeah, it's the little touches like doing the window blinds that you actually do. And like you say, you've got to look after somebody's aeroplane. It's worth a lot of money. And if you lose the money, you are likely to. I think that goes for the airlines as well. You start saving money hard to do your bit. Much more likely to keep your job. Scally.
Get 251 left, heading 340.
So let's shut the jet down.
Secure and checklist. Emergency lights.
Reflect 99 is shutting down. Thank you very much for the service, sir.
Have a good evening.
Have one. So, go. Turned off. And what are we doing? Those are done.
AC DC utility switch. Headsets. Thrust reversers.
Off.
Chocks.
In.
Parking brake.
Off.
Hydraulic pumps.
Done the pit, so here's all. Okay.
nav lights, logo light.
So the logo can come off. I'm not turning the navs off yet.
APU generator.
Turn off in a bit.
APU start stop.
That one, that one. So 1, 2, 3, it's all over the place.
Packs.
Interesting that they come off after.
LCV 10th stage isolation valve. APU power fuel. ICAS APU gauge. Battery master. Cockpit refuel panel.
Oh yeah, I've left that one again. Good at that.
Service lights. Pins and covers.
Done those.
Securing checklist complete.
So why don't we go and do that? Do the window blinds. Got a hosty. Well, we should have an extra crew member today, so wander around the cabin. This one now goes correctly down into the door, because of course there's nowhere for it to go up. That's the same, I think, pretty much all emergency exits. Plus, I guess, oh, that's interesting that they go the other way. Why that is, I don't doubt that that is accurate. Oh, hello. Look, there's a bit of a graphical glitch. You can see it going up into the cabin. Spotted one, spotted an error. Oh, fun. So there we go. We can secure those up. Then back on here. No, we're not going to do nav lights first. That's already out. So unload. Off. Out. Then the nav lights can come off. Then battery. Good night, aeroplane. Trusty steed. Set. Interesting reflection. Down the steps. Easiest way to shut the door. The trusty steed parked up at great expense. Go. Be nice to see this in daytime. Maybe I will wait till the weekend. I'm out Friday night, so I won't be streaming it. Don't know if it's worth the rush tomorrow. Why don't we do a US trip tomorrow if I have time? There'll be daylight then as well. Back in the FBO. Frame rates seem better. That's it. That's us done. So thanks for watching, guys. Dish, it's always good to see you. Oh my gosh, you've been typing loads. Sorry, I don't want to say I've been ignoring you. Close the window blinds. We did that, yes, which is pretty reasonable. Locked all the panels and removed anything of value. Yeah, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you know, there's going to be some expensive kit in there. Those locks can't be that. And yes, like breaking in just for the booze is going to cost you an absolute fortune. And you know what? I mean, the real cost is going to be if you own the aeroplane, or yeah, well, I mean, you're the owner, so you're liable for it. Well, I know the insurance is. But you know, if you're sat at a view, talk rubbish. Lights in it. Yeah, that's dropped the frame rate a bit. Fixing the damage is what costs them, and then the lack of availability of the airframe. That's your own, and then you've got to get another one. Imagine the level of grief because you're stuck somewhere you get somewhere, expected it to be ready. That's what's gonna really do. Yeah, so why don't I think about a US trip tomorrow, see if I etc. Have dinner, and another stream at sort of this time of day would probably be okay. Anything after about 9 I get tired. Mine goes to rats, even worse than tonight. So I'll think about that. I would like to try Pilot Edge at some point. Don't know if I really want it first time in the States. There'll be some decent coverage on VATSIM. Yeah, something to think about. I think leaving here and doing Deauville at the weekend daylight quite good, and I might have finished the scenery by now. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for the chat as well. Sorry I'm a bit inattentive, but it is difficult with setup now, not having it on a monitor to my left. And so yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it as always. Look after yourselves, take care, and until the next time, bye for now.